Here we have 2 testes that were nicely isolated. Hair was taken away. There we go. Pictures for everybody. Don't let anybody get a hold of your phones. They're going to think you're crazy weird. Yeah. So, 2 testes right here. Penis is up here. I would isolate that. It just looks like a thin white tube once the hair is removed. Similar to the testes, so it'll be similar in color. But it's pretty straightforward on males. For females, alright, so for males, which one of those structures that I just said is going to be the gonad? The testes. What's the gonad in females? Ovaries. So the female gonads are going to be right here. These little bean sprout things. This is an ovary right here. And then the other one, where's the other one? Here it is. It's way down here. These are kind of gimpy ovaries. Gimpy uterus. The other one's down here.
Are you taking pictures? Yeah, there's a little picture button right there.
So here's one ovary. Here's 2 ovaries. Cats don't really have fallopian tubes so much. It just goes straight into the uterus. Uterus in cats is adapted for having litters. So this whole tube down here, both tubes leading from the ovaries, are going to be uterus. So the uterus goes all the way down here, and from this side all the way down here, and these 2 tubes connect. And where they connect, and that single tube that goes down from there, is the vagina in the cat. So it makes like a big Y. So the 2 arms of the Y would be uterus, and the straight part would be the vagina. Does that make sense?
No fallopian?
Yeah, not really fallopian tubes on cats. Mm-mm.
So does the 2 things connect as one when she's pregnant? Like the 2 ends of the Y?
Mm-mm.
So there's multiple cats in each section?
Mm-hmm.
That's so cute. Wow.
Yep.
I want to see.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure you could find pictures of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you have pictures.
2 on one side.
And that's it for the cat?
That's
Like
it for
8 on
reproductive
one side.
system on the cat.
Okay.
Any questions about male-female reproductive systems on cats?
No.
All right, let's talk about urinary systems. Let me look at this. Let me see if it's better.
Are you going to do it sort of like last time where it's kind of more head to toe?
Yeah, I will try to go, and so it's easy to see the number.
Kind of trace down.
Yeah. So here's one kidney. It got removed. Students in my lab have fun sometimes. Might as well use this one. Oh, there is one isolated. Here it is. Here it is. I isolated one, but not the other. Alright, so this one's covered in fatty tissue, but this one's not. These are both the kidneys, though. Yeah, the blood vessel burst, that's why it's all blue. Oh, and they opened it up, too. Here we go. So there's kidney. I would ask you for specific structures on a much larger kidney. So kidneys make urine. Urine is drained into the ureters, right? It's kind of hard to see here. They're all buried in this adipose tissue. But if we go down to this pouch, which is the urinary bladder right here, you can see the 2 tubes connect to the urinary bladder right here and right here. So here are your 2 ureters. And then the tube that leads from the urinary bladder to the outside of the body. I really should have brought a scalpel. It's right down here. This is going to be the urethra, right? So be careful not to confuse, lots of U words, careful not to confuse urethra and ureter, right? Ureter connects the kidneys to the bladder. Urethra is the tube that discharges urine from the bladder to the outside of the body. Yeah.
Will you point out the urethra one more time?
Mm-hmm. This tube right here.
Okay. Under the bladder?
Mm-hmm. Right there.
Are you doing just urinary stuff with the cat?
Right now we've just done urinary system and reproductive system. And I can go over all that again too. Alright, you guys want to go over the kidneys again?
Yes.
Alright, just stuff off. Alright, so there's a cortex and a medulla. What's the lighter area?
Cortex.
Cortex. Darker area? Medulla. Medulla is sectioned into regions called pyramids, right? So I'll be very careful on my wording and or my labeling. If I'm asking you for this specific area, then you're going to say pyramid. If I'm asking you for this entire dark colored region, you would say medulla. So you're going to have lots of nephrons right at this border, making lots of urine. It's all going to drain right here. Each individual renal pyramid is going to drain into a minor calyx. That's right. So if I were to label a minor calyx, I would put it right on the other side of a renal pyramid, right on the other side. Several minor calyces will drain into a major calyx. And there's really no specific line of demarcation, so I will be very careful with the pin. If it's right here, right on the other side, that's going to be minor calyx. If I put it more in the middle right here, that would be major calyx. Each major calyx will then drain into this large area called the renal pelvis. And there's a question earlier, renal pelvis versus the hilum. The hilum is this indented area right here. The renal pelvis is located within the renal hilum, the indented area. Also remember that there's a capsule that surrounds the kidney all the way around on the outside of the cortex. I think that's pretty much it for the kidneys. There's also, some of you had different kidneys, so I brought one of each for you to compare. You can still see the differences. In this one you still have the lighter cortex area, darker medulla, broken up into pyramids, minor calyces, major calyces, pelvis. Same structures, but it looks just a little bit different.
And you said you're going to try to be careful on the pinning line when it comes to the pelvis and when it comes to the helix?
The hilum, yes.
How are you going to...
So if I were to ask you for the hilum, I'd probably have to have some sort of bracket or something for this whole indented area, versus if I stick a pin right in here, that's going to be pelvis.
Okay.
How are you going to put a pin if we're going to mark the entire medulla compared to a pyramid?
So you would say region, or would it be?
If you're going to have a number on a pin.
So I just have a single pin stuck in here, or a bracketed area that is this region just by itself. That would be a pyramid. I probably have to change the wording. Like I would have to say something like, what is the entire darker colored region where the pin is located, or something like that.
If not, you could, well, the other option I always give you is lessen the multiple choices, and then we'll probably know what you're focusing on.
I could.
No, I know it sounds like really easy.
I do that sometimes. If I think that there might be where you could easily confuse them, and both answers, if you were to say this is renal pyramid or renal medulla, that both would technically be correct. So sometimes I do selectively reduce multiple choice options. Not too much though. Any other questions on cats or kidneys?
You're going to do it again, right?
Yeah, I'll probably do it again in a little bit.
Are you going to pin reproductive structures on the cat?
I might.
You didn't stop it, we got the reproductive.